I'm Daniel Knopf. I'm the author and curator of Scotomaville. You may have watched some of our episodes. You may have seen we've been on a bit of a journey. You can paint an interesting character with the evidence of my life. There's a lot of different intersections of that Venn diagram, but I want to be able to help you find a solution to a challenge that you're most certainly facing, like many of us that have thrived or just survived the pandemic. We met Mike Knopf, the Dalles facilitator for Point Man International Ministries.
I started doing Point Man in 2014 with Dan Brophy, and you probably don't know him. He was a quadriplegic. He was a Mustanger in the Marine Corps, and he was a staff sergeant, and they made him a lieutenant. And he was an observer in a helicopter during Vietnam. And this happened in 1972. And he was observing troop movements for the VC. And he took a 50 caliber round up through his leg. And it went up through his torso and out just in front of his jugular vein.
Wow.
And when he was hit, he said, "God save me." Before, he was very much like me, just a hard charger, and didn't take crap from nobody. And even when they made him an officer, he was kind of that way. But anyhow, he said, God has been looking for somebody to take over the ministry in the Gorge area. And he said, "I've observed you and everything." And he had to get permission from my pastor and everything. And he said, "There's no problem there." And so I took it over, and he kind of shadowed me in the back a little bit, the first year or two. And then he said, "You got it." And now he had 5 acres in Hawaii that he never told me about. So that's where he's at now, in Hawaii, on his 5 acres. And his whole family moved over there with him. But we stay in touch. And Daniel is 83 now.
You'll have an interesting story to pass on to him. And it was through that conversation and introduction and his follow-up conversation with us a few days later to see how we're doing. The first time that I can recall in 5 decades where I've been the recipient of someone else's attention and compassion and understanding and listening and an invitation to come share. And I actually had a great time meeting Mike, trading stories, having him sign the campaign flag, and then to present Scotomaville to his group at Point Man International Ministries here in the Dalles. Because every time I pull them out, the dang things are switching around different sides. Okay? And if the storyline is what's convincing because of the way our brains are wired. Okay? So enjoy that one.
I'll bet you think you're a real funny guy when you leave there, don't they?
Sometimes I don't have to pay.
Get out of here, mister!
That was really fun. I'd like this video to encourage you to contact him. If you're in the Columbia Gorge, you have an opportunity to meet as veterans and as champions for veteran causes. You may not be in a position of need. You might certainly be in a position of strength, in which case Mike and those that meet together twice a month here in the Dalles would like to understand your strengths and interests and passion and your ability to be that bridge, to communicate, to draw others toward a better relationship, toward healing through understanding. I really appreciate my time, and I really appreciate Mike. So I'm going to give you the description. No, I'm going to give you the link to and information to contact them in the description of this video.